welcome again. This is the Military Guna TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I must say I really appreciate for all those guys who have subscribed. I finally passed the 700 subscription mark. So thank you very much again for all those who have supported me. And I want to say I really appreciate all the effort you guys are putting in. That is the reason why I am also putting in this much effort. Now, this video is about Thomas Partey. The real reason why Mikel Arteta went out of his depth just to start Thomas Partey in the North London derby. And many Arsenal fans would disagree and also agree. So it's basically it splits the void of the fan base, what they think might or should have happened and what really happened. Now, let's get into a bit of detail. First thing first, the real reason why Mikel Arteta started Thomas Partey is because of the player himself. Mikel Arteta came out in his pre-match press conference and said that the player is pushing extremely hard to start. Now, when I look into the attributes of the player and I look on his teammates as well, you would say that out of him and his teammates is the more highly qualified midfielder in that position. He's the best midfielder at the club by a margin. And if Mikel Arteta sees it fit to go out of his way to start someone on one leg, to put him inside the midfield of a North London derby game, it means that he thinks far less of the other options that we have in the team. Now, on one leg, he was the best midfielder in the team. On one leg, he was about 30% fit, and he was definitely the best player or best midfielder in the midfield area for Arsenal Football Club. What does that tell you about the rest of the team? The so-called players that we are so hyped about and we are getting ahead of ourselves because of these players, they are not good enough. Now, if you should consider Mikel Arteta starting Thomas Partey, who is 30% fit, and you have the likes of Granit Xhaka, Dani Ceballos, Mohamed El Nini, Joe Willock, Maitland-Niles, it means that a 30% fit Thomas Partey is by far marginally better than the rest of these guys. By far, without a doubt. Now, that means we have to question our midfield quality. Now, one of the main reasons why Aubameyang is not scoring is because he's not getting the service. He's not getting quality service at his feet. Now, we should say that if you realize how Mikel Arteta plays his tactics without Thomas Partey in the midfield, what he will normally do, he would bypass the midfield and play straight towards the strikers or the attackers, which means that he has no confidence at all in his midfield players, which are Dani Ceballos, Granit Xhaka, El Nini, Maitland-Niles, Joe Willock, even Emil Smith-Rowe. These guys are not of the quality of Thomas Partey, and they are not of the quality of a 30% fit Thomas Partey. And that is the reason why Thomas Partey got the nod to start for Arsenal Football Club. Now, we as fans, we have to re-evaluate how we view the quality of these players. Now, when we were playing against Leeds United realized that Arsenal were not good on the turn, so we had a double pivot of Dani Ceballos and Granit Xhaka in that game. And Leeds United realized that our midfield players are extremely slow and they're not agile enough. So what Marcelo Bielsa did, he injected an extra midfielder. So he started off with a back four, 4-2-3-1. That's his system. And at the base, he switched to a 4-3-3. What he did, he allowed one of his defensive midfielders to sit and allow the next person behind him, his peer, to advance in the midfield role to try and beat the press that Arsenal Football Club we were trying to do at that particular time. No, that is an experienced manager. He saw the problem and he fixed it immediately. Now, as I was saying, Dani Ceballos, Granit Xhaka, then automatically it becomes a 3v2 where we were outnumbered. And we were outnumbered not just by number, we were outnumbered by quality as well. Now, you realize that Leeds United had many runners moving all different directions, interchanging. Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos, they're not smart enough to do that because they are so static that even if they should interchange, what the immediate at the moment that one should press or leave his area open, he does not have the physical capability to get back in his area fast enough if he should lose possession of the ball. That is the reason why I actually love the fact that Thomas Partey would play very much well with Mohamed Elneny. Reason being, Elneny might not have the quality of Thomas Partey, but he does have some assets that benefit Thomas Partey. Assets such as this, the ability to get back in the gap or fill the hole whenever Thomas Partey would advance. Also the ability to get to cover all the wing areas with the stamina that he has. Granit Xhaka cannot do that. Dani Ceballos cannot do that. These are some of the things that are hindering our side, our team, from moving forward and re-evolutionize the style of play that Mikel Arteta really wants to implement. So we definitely need to adjust the midfield area. So we see we're now heavily linked with Dominic Szoboszlai, and I think that is something that we have to get over the line. Also Emiliano Buendia, that we're heavily linked with Buendia as well. So these are some of the signings that we have to get over the line to really go and push forward up the table, because at this moment the relegation battle is not nice. It is not nice, and Arsenal should not be so deep on the bottom half of the table. That is the reason why Thomas Partey had to play, because a 30% fit Thomas Partey is far, far better than 100% fit Mohamed Elneny, Xhaka, Dani Ceballos, Emile Smith-Rowe, Maitland-Niles, Joe Willock. That is the quality that this man has that none of his teammates has, and are lacking the ability to do anything that he can do. Now, that is the reason I said we as fans, we have to evaluate how we view these players, because these players are definitely not good enough. Now, a striker like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, what service can he get when his midfielders are incapable of playing a through pass? Because they're incapable of playing a through pass, the only option is go to the flank and try to get the ball in the box by crossing it. And we see that happen over time and time and time again. We see where Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos have this attitude or this tendency to fall in between the centre back and the full back to collect the ball, either left or right. And whenever you do that, there's a massive gap in the midfield area and you left one person to cover it. If Granit Xhaka should fall back in the left back position to pick up the ball, to play forward, that means he would left Dani Ceballos alone in the hole, alone in that particular space. And more than likely, what we realize now is that the teams that we're playing against, they're overcrowding the midfield areas because they know that we're not good enough in the midfield area. So they try their best to dominate the midfield or to dominate our midfield. And we're now seeing that time and time again. Tottenham didn't do it because Tottenham won the game from first half and they just sit back and soak up the pressure and see it through. But our midfield has to fix up. We have to get better midfielders in the club. Granit Xhaka has been at the club for almost 4 seasons. He was under Wenger, he was under Emery, and now it was under Lundberg, and now it's under Arteta, and he has to move out. And for all these seasons that he has been in the club, we have been struggling. We have been struggling, and I can definitely say that Mikel Arteta is actually moving away from him. But I think Mikel Arteta made a wrong decision in playing him over the weekend. Now, my next video will definitely be on Hector Bellerin, because I think that he has he's becoming an issue that we have to sort out. Thank you very much for tuning in again. This is the Military Guna TV. Please drop a like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget, turn on the notification bell so that you can get the content as soon as they drop. Thank you very much. Military Guna TV, I'm out.